next video of the series. Um, Now we have learned enough of this add function, add values function. It can basically add anything. Now I'm going to comment this up. Um, there are multiple built-in objects in JavaScript. One of them is arrays. Arrays are very useful because if you're intending to deal with Google Spreadsheet, because it is also in Google Workspace only, it will be very much helpful for us to manipulate Google Spreadsheet if you know the concept of AppScript. Now, what we can do is um, we will learn what is an array and how the arrays work. So I'll take a variable called ARR, and I'll say so the arrays are um, expressed with square brackets. I can basically add many numbers here. It can accept duplicates. So this is an array, and if I want to log this, it will basically print the array as they are. Um, Only the values will be converted to float instead of integer. Now, why we should learn this array is something that I'll come later on. Um, this is a 1D array. Now we can also have 2D arrays. 2D arrays are basically arrays of arrays. So this is one array, and I can have each item as different arrays. I'll come to that 2D array later on. This is my 1D array, and let us first see how we can manipulate arrays, 1D array. So let's say I want to print. So if I print this, it is basically printing everything, right? Now, what if I want to print only a single number? So I can easily do that by square bracket notation. So I can say ARR of 0, it will print this value for me. If I say 4, it will print this value for me. Now, how is that working? Because these arrays are indexed. So this is on 0th index. This is 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So this 7 is also on 7th index. Maybe I should take different values so that it is much clearer. Um, okay, now you see at 7th index, it is this. What if I pass an index which is not present at all? So here the index 12 is not present, and which is why you see null here. Now this array is integer indexed and starting from 0, 0, 1, 2, like this. Now for loop is a better function to print each one of them with a single function. So I'll run a for loop now. and I'll also explain how this for loop works. So let me first count the number of arrays here, number of items in this array here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 items in the array, and now I will log each item separately. Now for loop is helping me to do that. How is it helping me? Now instead of array and a hard coded value, what I'm saying is this: what this for loop does is it is assuming the I, or it is assigning 0 to I first, and then it is incrementing the value by 1 every time. So I can also say I equals to I plus 1. So first time the value of I was 0, so it is printing the 0th index, which is 10. Next time I value is changed to 1, then it is printing this. Next time i's value is changing to 2, which is why it is printing 33, and so on and so forth. um, you can see the result. So one can also uh, do like this. This will also give the same result, but the convention is you just do plus plus, and plus plus means you are just adding 1 each time. So this is how it is working. And why I have put here, so this is a condition I have put here, a comparison here, like I less than 8. This is a kind of condition which will end the loop after this is not true anymore. So as long as this condition is true, the loop will continue to run. If this condition becomes false, then the loop will stop. So at first I assigned 0 to 1, 0 to I. So i's value is 0, and 0 is greater less than 8, so it is true, and the loop is running until it becomes 7. It is running. Now after 7, I becomes 8. 8 is not less than 8, so the condition is false. So this loop will not run. So it will never occur that error of 8. It will never come here because the condition is false. So the loop will stop. So loop has stopped when it becomes 8. The I becomes 8. So that's how for loop works in 2D. Now, what if I want to add some more values here? Well, I can type comma and add another value here um, easily, but then this 8 should be changed to 9, right? Otherwise this 56 will not be printed. So it is printing till 76 because I have given 8 here. So actually if I change this to 9, then it is printing 56, but it is not useful because every time I add any value, then I have to change this number every time. So there's a function, there's a built-in array function, which is array dot length. If I give it, so it is basically counting the number of items inside the array. So I don't have to worry about whether an item is removed or added. So it doesn't matter. Now, whatever items are there, each item will be printed. Yeah. Um, there is another for loop is called Now this for loop is basic for loop in JavaScript. The next for loop that I'm going to show you is an advanced version of for loop, which is actually um, in ECMAScript. So what I can say is item of ARR, and basically I can logger.log, and then I can say item. This is also called for off loop. If I run this, the result should be the same, and it doesn't really matter because this is not, this is a kind of, this item is actually representing each value, and here I was representing each index. That is the difference. So since I was referring to index, hence I was using the ARR and then passing the index to get the value of that position. But now this item is actually representing each item here. It is not really representing any index. Item is just a variable, so I can change it to anything. I can also say I only. That's absolutely fine. So it is going to print all the values. So this is also the second method you can print. There is another method which I have used here, which is for each, which is also kind of very useful. Now here I have to, basically this is an ECMAScript. So what I can do is I can say logger.log and then item. It is also going to do the same thing. Just like for of loop, it is just like for of loop, this item is representing each item in this array. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much.